Welcome back to Apollo Justice, and now we're in the in-between of the court trial.
Okay.
Continuing what we said... Oh, never mind. Oh, wait, did you want to say something?
Defendant lobby number 3.
Hello.
That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. To suddenly claim that there was another person at the scene of the crime like that. Totally did not see that coming.
That's like the typical excuse most people give. No, there was someone else there.
I must ask, is it the truth? Yeah, needless to say, Kristoff is not as optimistic a defense attorney as Phoenix was. Well, now...
Phoenix wasn't there.
Being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I have no time for mysteries. I'd only ask that you leave the defending to your defense in the future.
But Kristoff, you've been defending Mr. Wright for most of this case.
Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome.
Have you read the script?
I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Kristoff. That's why I love you, pal.
Kristoff X Phoenix.
Justice.
Oh, please. Justice.
Yes, sir.
The judge has summoned me to his chambers, so carry on without me.
Off he goes to the Chamber of Secrets.
You did well, Apollo.
I did?
He
No
didn't
comment,
really do anything because you wouldn't shut up.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
That locket you wear,
Mm-hmm.
is that really yours, Mr. Wright?
Well, yeah. I'd rather not tell the story behind that locket, though. Ah, you're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket. The victim also had a locket. Here, you can take a look at it. That's a picture of my daughter in there.
Wow, Phoenix got laid?
Of course he did. Well, we already confirmed that in Trials and Tribulations, Dwibs.
I'm just surprised to hear you had a daughter.
Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days.
Maybe later on in this case. One more question. The one who cheated that night, was it you? Was it you, Phoenix?
What do you think?
You're bullshitting.
That's a yes or no question, Dwibs.
Apollo's the lawyer, Phoenix. He asked you a question.
You know what
Answer it.
happened 7 years ago. What I did. It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat.
I never honest, but boy,
It's
case four's
okay.
gonna be case four's gonna be a doozy, isn't it, Joe?
Yeah.
It is odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years.
It's almost as if he was never in control, but piloted by someone else.
Want to know something?
The player?
Yes.
There's only
like Twitch
one
Feast
game
Pokemon.
where you can be dealt bad cards all
Don't you
night
see-
and still win.
Don't you see,
Poker.
Theo? Don't you see,
Yes,
Theo? The
babe.
big plot twist at the end of this is going to be a Yoko Taro-ish plot twist where the game breaks the fourth wall in a glorious way.
Yes.
You know, it's funny you mention that. Anyway, you see, poker is all about reading your opponent.
Yes.
In that way, it's a lot like a court case.
Like, except there's no cards.
Where are you going?
Poker
with
is
this
like
thing?
trial law?
No,
Well,
it's not.
law-
So
Consider
basically,
your metaphor go on.
you see, Theo, for S27, we're going to expose criminals by playing children's card games.
Yes.
Poker is not a children's card game, I'll let you know.
Uh,
I think not, but he's got a point. Poker is one of the few card games you can win even though you're dealt bad hands. Because it all depends on how good you can look your enemy
bluffing the
down
shit out of
and
it.
bluff. And what was Phoenix good at as a lawyer? Yeah.
Lying.
Try as they might to conceal
Telling
the
the
truth.
the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Their body
It's
language can
overrated.
become a valuable source of information.
You're kidding.
No, kid, that's actually real life court.
You thought
Inconceivable.
You thought you'd have learned that in lawyering school.
That witness, for instance, Miss Orley, she would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice?
Anyone in the court with eyes would notice. No. Come on, who'd notice? I'd notice.
Dwibs would notice that.
Ironic. Words, habits, twitches. It's all information for the reading. That's the secret to winning, Apollo. That and having a very good resistance to pain like I did in my day. Someone taught me, and now I pass that secret on to you.
Wow, Mia's been downgraded so much she doesn't even get
Just
by
passing,
name anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm not worthy. I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on these signals.
To be fair, Dwibs, I mean, why would he mention me to him?
Yeah, no.
Why not
can
just
do
say
it.
one of his?
He's a
Why not just
mentor.
say his? Why not just say his friend or something?
Well,
I'm pretty-
guys, he hasn't
I'm pretty
specified
sure
who
that
the...
someone was meant as a someone, as in that wink, wink for the ones who know who she is.
What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
Yeah, that's another thing to mention about this game. This game was supposed to be like a whole new rebooted universe of sorts. And it becomes abundantly clear because not too many characters did make the jump from the
Feeding
original
Spooky
trilogy over
Super
here.
Dark Smoke and say fuck you to everyone.
Thankfully not, but let's just say you can definitely tell this is supposed to be a less happier universe, just with Phoenix and company plucked in.
Ace Attorney.
Wah! I knew it.
What?
Say what?
Oh yeah. I have my reasons, of course. All shall be revealed.
All shall be revealed in the ending.
And Apollo, I need you to be there, defending me. I don't know why,
Actually
but
doing something.
something about
No pressure at all.
I don't know. I need your power and your special
Excuse me.
and your special hairdo. After all, us spikeheads gotta
I
stick
am-
together.
Power? I had no idea my cores of steel.
Still
Stop
running that
doing the
gag.
cores of steel shit.
What? He just mentioned it,
Don't
Dwibs. He just mentioned the chords of steel, Dwibs.
We have to wait until Yamazaki actually gives that thing meaning.
I mean, there is meaning here, but it's not even that annoying. He just mentioned it. Didn't even do it.
Well, there's nothing that special in this game. It's just Apollo's character trait.
Not even his character trait, just something he mentions. Oh, why didn't you
Oh,
end
that's
the
the
last part
interval.
here?
That's one of the primary things.
Because I was really tired.
That's one of the great. It's a really good thing that it happened because
Oh,
after this.
wow,
game,
that's cool. They brought over that thing from, well, sort of partially from the 3DS games
Oh, yeah,
where they
basically-
separate cases into, you know, these
Yeah,
tiny
in the
little
iOS
chapters.
In the iOS version, they split case 1 up into 2 parts.
I guess that makes
Counts
sense.
will now reconvene.
Because then if you like the first half of it, then you could buy the rest.
Yeah, counts, by the way, guys. As our witness, Miss Olga Orley recovered.
Yes, Your Honor. She regained consciousness.
Yes, very good.
Perhaps we can hear her version of the events again, if you would.
Please.
Hmm.
So that's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued.
Oh wow, Payne actually gives us. Okay, fatigue yourself, Mr. Payne.
Oh no, the judge is eating again.
Some things never change.
It's popcorn.
Sadly,
Remember too, like we've already established in our headcanon, the court is his personal soap opera.
sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify or prosecute. The defense would like to request that Miss Orley take the stand.
Very well.
Please.
The witness will take the stand. Yeah, by the way, guys, since this is my playthrough, I'm actually going to encourage the judge eating. Hey, being a judge is hard work.
Yeah, but eat during your lunchtime. Perhaps you should repeat your name and profession.
But these courts run past
Oh,
lunchtime.
Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and a poorer loser.
Oh.
Snap.
Yeah, Kristoff is pretty good with the snark. Yeah, not.
Turns out she's a member of Team Magma.
Yeah, hello, rejected Yu-Gi-Oh character.
Name's Olga Orley. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. People call me Olga Quickfingers Orley.
No comment, but I seriously want to.
No, no.
Yes,
Oh.
yes,
Oh,
and
really?
yes.
Oh, really?
Let's just move on, please.
You've been waiting to say
Next
that.
sentence.
Wanna know something else?
Yeah, sorry about the pauses. Remember, I structured this for Shiori.
Don't worry, Dwibs. It's
Yeah,
Fine.
don't worry about it.
I'm not really Russian, and my last name sounds like oh really.
Don't explain the
Really?
pun.
You had to. Really? This game's humor is so poor. They have to explain the joke.
Oh, really? You're not Russian?
There, that's the truth. I hope you're satisfied.
If you have to
Hardly.
explain the joke, then it's not a joke.
Actually,
Yeah.
she's not explaining the joke. The joke is actually in context. Everyone pronounces it wrong.
Witness, you will tell the court what you were really up to that night.
Okay.
So, Mark Hamill Joker being revoked.
So,
fine.
Whatever.
I'll talk. We had a plan, see?
Like 20% of a plan.
No, 110% of a
Let
plan.
me remind you that you are currently under oath.
You're talking to what is clearly a gambling pirate.
Any
Under
further
oath.
fabrications will have serious consequences.
Okay.
Whoa, I guess Yuri was also going to voice the judge. Fine.
My timing
I
is
am
a
the
bit
judge's
off there.
inner monologue.
Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy, Smith, hired me to do what I do best. I was planted at the Borscht Bowl Club several days prior to the night of the game.
Really, were you now?
Yes.
Oh, whoop-de-doo.
Oh, really? As a waitress. No, not that kind of waitress.
So you were in cahoots with the victim.
You are a disgrace to your profession, lady.
You don't even know what my real profession is.
Cheating.
Not that he needed my help. Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles, see?
You just felt generous and wanted to employ somebody.
He didn't want to get his hands dirty, so...
But winning wasn't the main purpose of this game.
Okay. Oh,
It was
oh,
about
gotcha.
destroying a legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Wright.
So it was about winning them.
So it's all about your ego. Okay.
It was all about his ego.
Not the first one.
The plan was simple, elegant, really. You could say we set up a trap of sorts.
Don't you mean a trap card?
I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket
There you
beforehand.
go, Terry. It actually is a trap card.
And then deal 5 aces during one of their games.
I play trap hole.
Not that kind of card game.
That's a trap card, dude.
When the hands were revealed, Smith
That
would call him
picture.
out and search Wright.
That picture is telling me something else.
Well, he planned to search him, all right.
Looks like he's
What
trying to
is
give him a
this
reach
game
around.
And these innuendos.
The heck is a reach around?
You don't want to know, Joe.
Fair enough. He would then pull out the planted card, and the trap would snap shut.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
You swap the cards.
Dun dun dun.
So blame it on
Suppose it's a cheater, and losing on top of it, it would have made a great double play.
How nice.
And just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces for the second time in
Again.
his life.
So you're so desperate that in order to beat Phoenix, you just wait for him to actually play a card game. So instead, doing anything worthwhile in his life.
Oh,
On always prior wins.
We're gonna find out more about good old Shady Smith as often we do with victims. A 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. It would have been the greatest upset since that Yugi boy beat Pegasus. That was the plan.
And she would have gotten away if it wasn't for pesky kids and a mangy dog. I don't know.
Oh, really, Orly? How droll.
And how painful.
But it appears you made quite the mistake.
Explaining your joke earlier.
Let it go, Dwibs.
A mistake?
Mystery Science Theater foul.
I agree. The trap was elegant.
Elegant egg. Oh wait, that's the magic.
Yet, what happened to that planted card?
Everybody, check your pockets. The card is
right.
Wait, the card is in my pocket. How did he do that?
He's lucky. I'll give him that.
Phoenix Wright, magician.
Close enough.
Well, it fits with what this game will introduce to the series. So yeah.
And for
You'd
my
have
next
to
week, I
slip
will-
free from a trap. You'd have to be to slip free from a trap laid by Olga Quick Fingers orally.
Oh,
Okay,
Oh my
now you're
God, this
okay.
game.
You're overusing it, game. Come on, move past it, please.
you know, I was tempted to do a oh really counter, but I would
The game speaks for itself, don't worry.
the witness would be much cuter if she dispensed with the evil mastermind stick.
Cute? Who wants to be cute?
Oh, she's also Tsum.
I'm not cute. I'm bad. I'm bad. Jamon, you hear me bad?
Yeah. That was actually called for.
When you're through being bad, perhaps you could testify to the court.
Okay, that was actually funny.
Yeah.
George is the best character in this game in terms of comedy.
Well, yeah, he's
Tell
the
us about
judge.
this
You have to
trap and how it was
trust.
sprung.
You can never go wrong with the judge.
Yeah, I mean, look, even in some of my most hated cases, the judge is always super keen.
The best laid traps.
That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to.
I swear that mouth animation of hers.
It looks better in
Was
the
it like-
DS one.
Yeah, I remember it looking better in the original.
And
Granted,
right.
it's been years, but
See, here's the thing. In the original, they don't always have their mouths up as close. It's something that's clear. It's not the worst thing, mind you, but if you're talking about an emotion, well, I've already said my piece about that. But the
I don't
planted
really
card
notice
was
because I'm reading
gone.
the text most of the time.
Yeah, like I said, you might not notice because you're often reading, but if you're someone like me who's a big Ace Attorney fan, you'll notice. Anyway, the next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it.
Jesus.
It wasn't me who hit Smith, it was that no-good cheating defendant.
dun dun dun.
And we're supposed to believe a con woman.
Well,
That has lied multiple times.
Pirate's honor.
A surprisingly frank testimony that still leaves us mostly in the dark.
Thanks for being unhelpfully vague, lady.
The trap was perfect, I tell you, perfect! If that rotten cheater hadn't messed it up.
Oh well,
Look who's talking!
yeah. That's all Apollo has to say about
Wow, I guess Shuri was gonna voice the entire cast here at some point.
Well, the testimony, for what it's worth, all yours, Mr. Justice, as soon as Dwibs can remember how to time.
And
Well, that's
now
the
I'm
thing, guys.
imagining all
The
these
witnesses
characters
like her.
voiced. And now I'm imagining all these characters voiced by Shiroi.
With
Well,
witnesses
no.
like her,
Dramatic
who needs
reading of
criminals?
apologistic by me.
And with
that is
defenders like
something
Mr.
that
Wright, who needs
doesn't want.
prosecutors? Yeah, basically, I'm recording off the iOS, and there's a bit of a lag between my screen and the computer screen recording the iOS footage.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, just pay attention to your iOS screen and, like, well, it should eventually just record it fine as is.
Live for the
Alright.
future.
Yeah, Wright lost last hand like he was supposed to, then Smith searched him. Planted card was gone, trap failed.
No,
Next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it.
we got nothing to contradict that.
Hold it! Wait, isn't that a little odd?
It is, yeah.
It is as odd as that pause. What's odd?
Hey, at least you get to hear this this track a bit. This track's alright.
This track's fine. It's by no means my...
Multiple
yeah.
tracks.
It's by no means my favorite cross-examination theme, but it's not bad. Although I
I
still
like the
prefer...
fast-paced version more.
Yeah, agreed.
Which means he didn't cheat. Which means he had no reason to strike the victim.
Maybe
I'm
he
still-
just felt like it.
I'm still waiting for one that's on par with the original game's cross-examination theme.
Whoa.
What the fuck?
Okay. That's
What
new.
was that just now? I sensed something. A presence I've not felt since... Something wrong, Mr. Justice?
Did
We
I
just
ever
went
tell you
into
the
the
legend
negative
of,
zone.
Of Darth von Karma demise?
No, nothing, Your Honor.
Oh well.
It's okay. The suspense team is just playing. It's fine.
What to do? Should I press her a little harder? Miss Orley, you're hiding something!
Meaning what exactly, Apollo?
What are you talking about? You?
Why,
Can
you
you
little...
Also, what is she holding? Of,
Her camera.
Oh, a camera.
The camera
okay.
she used earlier. Me? Quick fingers!
The defense will refrain from base desecration. I'm still in this trial, you know.
I exist.
Honestly, I think Payne's in this child more than Apollo.
I'm sorry, Payne. You're just so easily forgettable.
Anyway, there's Orley's new profile.
21.
21. Really? She's 21? She looks a bit older than that.
Yeah.
Some people
Remember
age
when-
differently.
Remember, Dwibs, age is a very different thing in Japan, apparently.
Well, I mean, to be fair, even in real life, like, let's remember, Chadwick Boseman is in his 40s, he looks like he's in his 20s, Paul Rudd is in his freaking 50s, and he looks like he should be 30.
True, but that's the thing, Jova. Most Asian women, from what I can tell, have the Ellen Page syndrome, where they always look 16.
I'm younger than her, and I'm 25.
Pedro, she's not Asian. She's an American posing as a Russian
I'm not talking
here.
about her. I'm not talking about her. I'm speaking about Asian women in general.
I did...
Oh,
go
well.
on, Jimmy.
I did see it, honest. I saw it when Wright hit him with my own eyes. I saw it.
What's this weird vibe I'm getting?
Why are you vibrating over there?
You should go to a doctor.
Apollo's feeling the sunshine.
That witness, for
No,
instance,
please.
Miss Orley, she would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. By the way, Apollo, this is your conscience speaking. I will be voiced by Phoenix Wright for the remainder of your journey, just letting you know. Did you notice?
Then where's the echo then for my thoughts?
I'm too awesome for an echo.
Close up on her cleavage.
That's for a later...
Is he in reverse?
Tio, close up on cleavage, that's for a later game.
What's going on?
And no, I'm not kidding.
Dude, wow.
She's twitching her hand.
The sensation. It's coming into focus.
Now, this is another thing I'll give Ace Attorney Apollo Justice credit on. They actually did
Ace
bother...
Attorney became a horror visual novel.
Basically, believe it or not, they actually went out of their way to draw zoomed-in and HD versions of sprites, even on the DS version.
Yep.
That's the preview of the Perceive feature.
Gotcha.
Miss Orley, perhaps you're unaware of this yourself.
And with a new ability, of course, comes a new text speech. Unaware of what? That you need a better hairstylist?
Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony,
You interrupt with a hold it?
you touch the back of your neck with your left hand.
Well, of course, I
Objection.
gotta be on guard with how often you yell.
And that
Sorry,
somehow
my neck
proves
is
you're
it.
guilty.
My neck is itchy.
My neck?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Somehow.
So what?
Yeah, to be fair, that's actually a good point. So, that on the perspective of all the others, it's not a big of a deal.
Hold on, Tio.
Apollo's really bad at explaining things.
Hold on
as
to
he
your
is.
butts.
What indeed, Justice?
Remember when
Beaver?
people,
I mean-
when people get nervous when they touch a
Oh,
part.
no, I know what it is, dude. We know what it is. It's just that I think Apollo should be more detailed about.
Oh, he's
explaining
about
why
to
he's
get
even
more
bringing this up.
detailed right now. Here it
As
goes.
that part of the testimony,
Believe it or not, folks. Oh, go on.
consciously recalling something.
Yeah. That's actually a thing that lawyers can pull in real life court.
Her body reacts to the memory, and she touches her neck.
Yeah, believe it or not, this is a real life thing in court, but of course, it being an Ace Attorney game, we gotta apply something mystical to it.
I'm
Or
sure of it.
techno-based. Like, believe it or not, we actually bring
It's
court
a superpower.
Oh, it gets even better. In By Dual Destinies, apparently court therapy is considered a superpower.
A memory?
Speaking of court therapy, I'm pretty sure Payne could use some right now.
This is highly unusual, but let's ask the defense.
At this point, Judge, you have seen any shark jumping pop.
Tio, he's not
You
seen everything
claim-
yet.
You claim the witness is remembering something.
I know it's saying something considering Brit's the turnabout, but he has not seen everything yet.
Maybe you have evidence of this memory to show us. Her habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime.
Alright, burden of proof, Apollo.
So what would remind her most about it? Miss Orley, whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck.
Well, I actually consider it more of a rub, but...
I've noticed it happens when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. Habit, quote unquote.
ingrown hair.
I believe the weapon that left an erasable impression on your neck is this. The badge.
Yes, it's always the best.
There's about this ball. Take that! Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck.
Yeah, we get that.
We know.
You said that like 50 times.
Yeah.
And what reminds us more of that moment than this bottle? The murder weapon. Must be a pretty strong ass bottle for it to not be broken.
Oh, you'd be
Yeah.
surprised, Dwibs. Wine bottles can be extra thick for that.
Glasses can be very tough against the human skin.
But something doesn't fit.
It just raises too many questions.
Thank you, Val Kilmer.
If you were only the witness to the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain? Well,
What is he talking about now?
The next thing that's about to break your case, Payne.
it was Mr. Smith, the victim who was hit. It was Mr. Smith, the victim who was hit, not you.
So why would...
Wow, Paul, you're actually doing good on your own.
Objection! This is a cross-examination, not a cross-wild conjecture.
Lol.
Desperation, thy name is
Witness
Pain.
Habits, they're completely irrelevant.
Pain, you do know it happens at a certain moment.
He's never
Fine,
been the
but-
same after that case. Justice?
Also, even in real life, rubbing the back of your neck is actually a nervous thing.
Yeah, I'll admit I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a unique cross-examination. What is this body motion
Ox-
thing you talk about?
I'll explain later, just trust me. Now's our only chance to break her.
The only reason you'd really question it is how would you explain
I must
something
break
like this in a
you.
courtroom?
Yes.
Yeah, he's Dolph Lundgren.
With no survivors.
Please testify in detail about the moment of the crime. The very moment.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
How?
I am nothing.
How?
For God's sake.
Dot.
Remember, they were operating on cartoon logic.
We're operating on latent logic.
Yeah, that cut to the crowd, man.
We know you're not Russian.
Well, remember, Job, apparently they take place in the same universe somehow, so...
Yep. It's simple. Britain's just behind in
The
technology.
witness will testify, please. Now.
British people are cartoon...
No!
British people are cartoons, and Americans are anime characters.
Bah, fine. By the way, the costume's all in that blanket. Easy on, easy off.
Anyway, back to the...
He's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight until the cops got there.
Hold it!
Hi, cross-examination Allegro.
You seem uneasy.
It does bring up a good question, though, Joe, but hold on.
You try sitting up here on a witness stand. She's got a
Sure.
point.
Really?
Her eyes are darting all over the place. We didn't see it, but, whatever. I must be getting warm.
Trust me, he saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, after the crime, what was the defendant... What was the defendant like?
What kind of ass question is that?
He must have been stunned by the weight of his crime.
He was stunned. Stunned, I tell you.
Stunned?
He sat in a daze at that table Until the cops came. She's talking about Phoenix.
What about his phone call, though?
Intriguing.
I hope he isn't.
I
It's not
believe you've gotten all the testimony you're going to get out of this witness.
So now what?
Time to go for the truth. So, what do you think about her testimony?
I'll tell you what I think. Her testimony is flawed, obviously. It's basically bogus. It contradicts the evidence.
Huh, I'm surprised.
That's tubular.
You didn't say fine. Congrats.
What's that?
It means it's wrong. Well, show us this evidence, Mr. Justice.
Yeah, you know, looking back, I'll admit parts like this, I do like when Paul gets to do his job on his own. He actually does have something of a different character from Phoenix. Again, it's gonna be the crucial moments where he kind of gets saddled a bit.
She didn't let him out on her side until the cops got there. I know there's some evidence that contradicts that.
Are you sure?
Well, yeah, the fact that there was a phone call going.
It does bring up a good, interesting question, Jova.
Hey, that!
Oh.
Mr. Orley, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you said.
Okay, Pedro, quick, go.
No, it takes a bit too long.
Oh, never mind then.
It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant.
Uh-huh. All part of the
And we know-
plan.
And we know the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made that phone call from the first floor of the Boris Bowl Club.
And then
Not
went
that
back down.
universal.
Ugh!
So explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely.
Dun dun dun.
Selfie?
I,
Why?
That's a very unattractive selfie.
the man who picked up the bottle and swung it that night wasn't the defendant. I love it. The idea is like, oh, she would take pictures of everyone's shocked faces who she stumped. Yet she's the one who got stumped this time.
Oh, now we get a replay of the intro cutscene.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll remind
some
you again,
extra
this
bit
is how
here
they
and
were
there.
done on the DS, so again, very good showing of the power of the DS. Since this was the first Ace Attorney game made directly for the DS.
Your dirty trick! Check his pockets now!
Actually, that's Pedro. It's gone! The card's gone! You lose.
Oh, sorry.
I would
And now, believe it or not, for the first time, a new suspense theme. Suspense theme 2007. And
Even
then,
though the 2001 suspense theme's still in the game.
well, again, the two suspense themes work for different tensions, I would
He
say.
hit me.
I did not hit her, that's bullshit, I did not hit her, I did not.
Eek!
Oh, hi Phoenix.
When I came to,
The victim was already dead. Is that it?
so Olga gets hit, but when she wakes up, the victim's already dead.
Nani?
That's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If it came out that I was in league with Smith, I'd be a suspect for sure.
And now you are.
Yeah, so...
Well, dandy
Yeah,
freaking great.
No. Well, where does this leave us?
We have, I
Good
think,
question.
a new first place suspect in running for being the one who killed J.D. Smith.
Well, madness! This is madness! Are
No,
you
Fane.
dreaming?
This is Ace
Must have been me who was in with the
Attorney.
puzzle, and I'm imagining all of this.
He is okay. You thought he was broken before,
Payne,
appears our
you,
prosecution is at his wit's end, and frankly, I can't blame him.
Payne, you really need to change careers.
Yes.
Maybe he
Mr.
will, as per Ace Attorney 5.
What do you think about this?
Yeah, but his brother takes over for the family business, I guess. So it's
Oh, remember, Pedro, his daughter's also in the family business as well, so maybe we'll meet her eventually. I
guess.
believe that as a defense in this case, we are compelled to call Miss Orley a big, fat liar.
Wow, how mature
What?
of you, Crystal.
What?
Yeah, I'm with
Miss
her.
Orley is a big fat liar.
Three were in that room the night of the murder, the
I'm
defendant,
telling the
victim,
judge on you.
and her. And she has a motive. And I must say, I'm surprised Apollo actually got it.
A motive?
Except for the motive part. Her plot foiled, the witness got into an argument with a client, Mr. Smith. And the denouncement of that argument was murder. What? I didn't. I'm no killer. It's a trap! Someone's trying to frame me!
Are they now?
What do you think, Tara? Should we trust the witness?
Oh no, Phoenix is going all
Oh no.
You're supposed to shout objection.
What tangled webs we weave when we practice to deceive.
Why is he talking like this now?
Stop being
So tangled, we catch ourselves in the process. Believe it or not, Dwibs,
God damn it, Phoenix, this is no time for your stinking haikus!
No,
Phoenix, this is not
Phoenix,
that deep.
Stop being Dr. Seuss and actually have a point.
Yeah, that's the problem with Phoenix in this game. Like I said in the last part, they shoved a freaking thesaurus up his ass in a poetry book.
Anyway,
He is a thesaurus.
such a hasty conclusion. That's not like you, Christoph Gavin. What
It's
are you
a-
saying?
It really was a good thing that the main series was shaken up staff-wise after this game, because, yeah, this game really...
I mean, staff had...
I will argue the way 5 reverted him to his kind of free-ish self was a bit off.
iffy. Honestly, again, I still hold that the staff, while definitely there, they weren't all to blame. I still blame a lot of it on, again, the procedure of which this game was made. The rushing it, and most equally, the executive mandates, which pretty much forced the biggest things in this. Because, I mean, Shu Takumi himself, while he does say that he is alright with how the game turned out, has stated repeatedly that he was intending to end Phoenix's story with 3. But we all know how that went when KJ Inafune, yes, that same KJ Inafune, who was producer at the time, kind of told them what the people wanted.
This person doesn't exist.
Indeed. I've heard that old Von Karma trick. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. That's right, I planned this.
I am the mastermind.
Here, where
I'm the
there's no...
puppet master.
You're
Wait,
Pull
bluffing.
the string.
You're
Wait.
not
Pull
bluffing.
the string.
No escape and no deception. We'll later learn on in this game that both those are bullshit.
Actually, to be fair, Dwibs, he's not lying about the no escape bit.
The real criminal?
Dun, dun, dun.
So who is the
And
real
we're
criminal?
in luck. A
Yes,
clue
Phoenix.
to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us.
But who could it be?
And right at the beginning of a trial, no less. I'm afraid it's Maya Fey.
Oh, poor
Of
girl.
course. Of freaking course.
Yeah, she's in the
Yeah,
game.
I knew it was Maya all along.
Say what?
Apollo. Perhaps you know what I'm talking about.
Maya's not in this game, Shiroi, but we do have a really good
sorry.
replacement, though.
And we do get alluded
I
to her. Remember what I said.
There's actually a fair amount about this game I do know. A lot of what I don't know is plot twists, which is a good thing.
Yeah, admittedly, this game does have its fair share of good plot twists. And like I said, overall, the story here is not per se necessarily bad. It's just a story that clearly would have worked better if, well, Phoenix weren't shoehorned in the way he is. Like, well, it wouldn't even hurt if Phoenix were in, but again, because he had to fill up that role and because Stu Takumi didn't have much time to rewrite the script from the ground up, what we get is a story that would have, like I said, worked under different circumstances. Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, so
There is one person here in our court
who's colorblind?
who thought those cards were blue.
Yeah, okay, remember, guys, who said earlier on the cards wreathed in blue flame?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
I don't
had that
remember.
impression too, but
You'll
why?
get ready to wait and see, folks. Well, Apollo, think you can figure out who it was? Or do I need to
Alright,
hold your
Theo,
hand?
can you?
It's not me, I swear on me mom.
There you go, guys.
You are so
Pain.
pathetic.
Who is this fourth person?
You know,
I
wouldn't
know
it,
who it is.
you
by
know,
the way.
you know, wouldn't it be just amazing if it turned out that Pain went mad from losing all this time, so he actually tries to get Phoenix framed for murder just so he can put him away?
I'm not even kidding. I would actually have preferred that. But
I'd actually love that, to be honest.
Anyway, who thought the cards being used in the final game were blue?
Well, Pim, of course. Basically, you have to remember the dialogue from earlier, or just look the dialogue up online.
Like a basic.
Or
There you
Pain.
are.
Or Pain indeed.
Take that!
Okay, but why though?
Oh, all will be revealed to you. As
as I
expected.
expected.
Your eyes and ears are as sharp as your hair.
Remember his dialogue from earlier.
Yep,
I was right.
of course you're right. Christoph Gavin, you were the fourth person that night.
Da,
But
da,
of course,
da.
Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards.
Does
Well,
he now?
Apollo, you just said he didn't know.
How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white.
Guys, why would Apollo accuse him if he says, "Oh, but he knew what the cards"?
Actually,
just said-
considering also on Dwibs, actually I'm sorry. Considering what Phoenix was doing the previous trial, I actually assume Christoph actually went and inspected the scene of the crime himself.
Oh, Tio, Christoph did inspect the scene of the crime, but not
No,
quite
but
the
I
way
mean,
you
why
think.
is no one raising that point?
Here's the thing, Tio. The crime literally happened last night, before the defense could show up to do an actual investigation. It is true. Yet, it was only that. A game in the purest sense. A competition, Your Honor.
Competition?
Yes, but look at this bit.
You see,
Yes,
Your Honor,
a
this
test
is the
of
filter.
wits, a silent clash of passions. Only the cards, their backs wreathed in blue flame, know its final outcome.
Blue flame.
Yeah. Well, Christoph? Okay, and that's another thing I will give this case here. For as many problems as the game overall does have, this case is definitely legit well written from top to finish, except for one bit at the end.
Mr. Gavin? Mr. Gavin, is something the matter?
And this is actually an interesting thing. Your mentor possibly being the murderer. Nothing. Excuse me. It was just so sudden. Right. You aren't seriously accusing me, your best friend, are you? Oh, Christoph. By the way, you're not my best friend. My best friend's another lawyer. You know, even I'd never take a joke this far.
Objection! This has gone beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity.
I believe you said something on that
Hey,
record
where have
already.
you been?
The defendant accusing his own defense attorney of murder.
Dun
Well,
dun
Apollo's
dun.
his defense attorney.
We had Von Karma here for years.
I assure you, I'm quite sane. Saner
Are
than
you sure
I've
about
been
that?
in a while.
What possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim?
Why is it always in my trials this happens?
Yeah.
Remember, hey,
Why can I just have a tranquil case about a kid who stole from school or something?
Yes,
I love-
the victim had never even met.
Actually, there's a line later on in this game that I really find funny in regards to that, what you just mentioned.
Yeah.
I hope
Well,
it's paid
yeah.
well.
what if they have?
Uh-huh.
What if I was about to reveal
Also,
something that was about to turn this very court on its head, just like old times? There is a
Also, Payne,
possibility,
you might-
after all,
sorry.
they may have met that night before the game started.
Also, Payne, you
What
might
are
want
you
to change your
suggesting?
change your hairstyle, Payne. We're not in the 1960s anymore.
Basically,
It's
Pedro,
the
it's,
groove.
it's Payne's way of trying to grow back his hair after losing it to Mia. Only he couldn't grow it topside, so
Just
he
use
grew
a
it out the
toupee, it's
sides.
more-
Objection! Again, I love Kristoff's objection. The defense would like to request no such thing.
Mr. Gavin?
Jova, did
But
he
you're not the.
actually...
Hang on, you're not the defense attorney.
Actually, he is part of the defense council and one of the defense attorneys, so Paul's just
But he's
the
not
lead
the
one.
main one, though. The main one has full say over the matter.
Oh, and now you know why Phoenix wanted Apollo to be appointed the leader of this case.
I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Gavin.
If you have nothing to fear, then what's the problem?
As I explained before, the defense believes that Miss Orley...
Is a
Am I to
big
assume
liar.
you speak for Mr. Justice in this? He is the defense, not you.
Shut
See,
down.
told you.
Ooh.
By the judge of all
Told you.
people.
Also, Jova, did Kristoff actually, like, just not inspect the cards at all?
Sure, he did. In fact, that's your clue that he inspected them, but he should not have known that.
Mr. Justice, the
No,
matter
no,
is up
I
to you.
mean, like, did he just screw up because he's stupid, or is he colorblind?
Sure. He actually got the answer right. The thing is, like, well, he should not know their colors.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
This
he...
was the right strategy. He was planning this all along.
Pull the string. Pull
And
the
I intend to
string.
see it through.
Okay, Apollo,
of-
get ready for
because
the
I
roller
have no
coaster.
problem in because I have no problem in ruining the life of my mentor.
The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court.
At two, Justice. You would betray me, your teacher.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Well, I'm
Go
sorry,
try
Mr.
and
Gavin.
recover.
This isn't about loyalty. This is about the truth.
And justice.
This is about
Apollo
justice.
justice.
That line was stupid, and
Very
so
well.
are you.
The defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand. He's already on the stand.
You kind of had to share the stand with Olga Orley. They're both squeezed in there tight.
Yeah, like I was saying,
They're
it-
fighting for space.
It brings up an interesting question, Jova. If in the latent / It's Attorney universe, Americans are anime characters and British people are Western animated characters, how do Japanese look like in this universe?
They look like live-action characters.
This is a fucking confusing universe.
You're just
Anyway.
realizing that?
And we'll get to see we'll get to see Phoenix's testimony in the next part. So see you then.
See ya.
All right, see ya.
Yep.